Gran Turismo 7 daily racing might have just been killed by Assetto Corsa Competizione on console. I'm not even exaggerating. I genuinely think for a lot of console sim racers, right now they are going to be going over to ACC and preferring that experience because of a big new launch that's happened today. So in this video, I'm going to let you know everything about it and my honest thoughts on how this stacks up with Gran Turismo 7 and also with Forza as well. There's some big changes here. It's really exciting. And let me just get straight into it and then we can sort of do the analysis. So this is all about SimGrid Seasons. I've got it up in front of me here. It's all part of David Perel's SimGrid. David Perel's a real-life Ferrari GT3 driver. And SimGrid is a sort of matchmaking system for ACC and more on PC. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't use SimGrid, so I'm not an expert in that. It's also being renamed Grid Pass, I think, as part of this, which I find interesting because there's already a company called Grid Finder. So anyway, I'm more interested about SimGrid Seasons. This is on ACC console and there are going to be daily races through this platform that should have better racing, better matchmaking, better ranking, and generally a much more fun experience than what you get in ACC console lobbies. You'll know in this channel I've done many races on this ACC console. I tell you exactly how it is, and the races can be varied. There's a great sim there on console, but the actual online racing can be varied. The first thing they're doing here with SimGrid Seasons is quick races, and this, to be honest, is right up my street. They are 12-minute long races with no qualifying, no practice, and there's 3 of them an hour. Now, 12-minute races for me, absolutely perfect. No qualifying for me, absolutely perfect. One thing I don't like about Gran Turismo 7 is I don't have the time to sweat. I'm not a full-time YouTuber or full-time esports driver. I can't grind a qualifying time that's going to stick with me for the whole week. So I can't really compete against people that are able to grind on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because when I get some time on a Saturday, I know I'm not going to qualify, where my race pace probably would be. So I don't do as much daily racing as I used to do. So these quick races in SimGrid Seasons on ACC means I can go onto ACC on my console, I can go onto quick races, and I can race a 12-minute race. It's going to be ranked by people's grid rating, I think, which is like their SimGrid rating. So it's like a DR equivalent, and just have some fun racing in a split that's done by your DR essentially. And I can see here now these are going to rotate. That's great. We're at Paul Ricard. Then we're going to go to Zandvoort. So I can see this being like a real sort of world tour. I don't know how this is going to work with DLC and DLC tracks. I'm interested about that. But that seems right up my street and better than Gran Turismo system. Forza have just changed their system, interestingly. I've given some feedback there. They've changed it, which is now the practice is shorter. So you spend less time waiting. I can't tell you how many times I've been sat in this seat here on my direct drive wheel on Forza Motorsport wanting to do a race, and the next race is in like 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm not going to wait 20 minutes. I'm just going to, make a video or something. So that's coming. There's other elements as well in the daily racing, probably for a lot of people more interesting. Let's get onto them. So we have Proving Grounds. This is another sort of daily race. They're calling it Proving Grounds. In Gran Turismo, you've got A, B, or C. You can think of this like a C or a D or whatever. Proving Grounds, these are 20-minute races, 6 minutes qualifying, and 3 minutes practice. Now, again, when I do AC races, I'm normally doing 20-minute races. So this is right up my street. And 6-minute qualifying for that race is again right up my street, because that means that I'm not going to be going up against people that are pre-qualified. There's going to be a little bit of a, if you do a really good lap in the session, you might get rewarded. And if you bottle it, you're going to be near the back. And I like that. I like that sort of edge to it. So that's kind of up my street as well. One thing I'm not massively keen on, and I'm not paid to make this video, by the way. I'm not sponsored or paid. Maybe in the future we'll do some more stuff on here, but I'm just giving you my honest feedback and also to the developers. It's one track per week. So at the moment it's Monza at GT3, my favourite combo in Gran Turismo and ACC and everything. I just love Monza GT3, absolutely love it. So it's almost like they've created that for me. But, some weeks that's not going to be Monza. Some weeks that's going to be a track that I don't really like that much, like Zolder or something. And I'm going to be like, I don't really want to race this week. So should it be weekly races, essentially what they are, or should they change on a daily basis? I feel like they should be more daily. Remember, Gran Turismo races used to be daily in GT Sport until they changed it to to actually being weekly, but they never changed the name. So there's kind of like a parlance thing there that has some weight. Like we think of them as daily races, but they're not daily. So I think here for that one, for the 20-minute, I would make it daily actually. You've got to think like Le Mans Ultimate, the races are weekly. iRacing, the races are weekly, but this is console. And console is more like, it's more fluid, it's more low pressure in a way. You just want to turn on the console and race. So I don't mind if it's going to change every time. That's sort of the console lobby experience. So anyway, that's Proving Grounds. The next one is 30 half-hour dash. It says in the logo. 30 half-hour dash? Half-hour dash maybe. And that's a 30-minute race, 6-minute qualifying, and 3 minutes practice. Not that dissimilar from the Proving Ground. I'm not sure there's enough of a difference there. I've got to be honest. You're not going to be doing a pit stop, I think. So the fact it's a 10-minute longer race, that's probably just going to split the player base. By the way, we're saying these are all crossplay. So this is crossplay across PlayStation and Xbox. By the way, that's PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X. So then the latest generation. It's not going to be on the older generation. And I played on both PS5 and Xbox Series X. And ACC is a good experience in both, in my opinion, on console. A lot of people don't say that, but I think it is. So that's half-hour dash. The next one is Mini Enduro, which is 45-minute race, 10 minutes qualifying, and 3 minutes practice. Personally, I would get rid of the half-hour dash, and I would just have the quick race, Proving Grounds, and the Mini Enduro. I would also probably love to see, and I don't know whether this is possible, a like 1.5 hour team race or something, or a 1 hour team race where you have to pair with someone and maybe it randomly pairs you up and then you can join a party together and you meet. I don't sound like an advocate for like sim racing speed dating, which sounds, let's be honest, as a community, we know who we are. That sounds horrendous. But something like that where you get matched up with people who are in the sim grid system, so should be all like competent racers and racing cleanly, and you might get to meet new people like that, and it could be very transformative actually. If anyone who's done iRacing team endurances and you kind of join a new team, it's all really exciting. So that's Mini Enduro anyway, it doesn't have that. But Mini Enduro is 45 minutes, 10 minutes qualifying, 3 minutes practice. And this is all crossplay, all on ACC, on console. Great to see ACC console getting some love. I've been one of, I think, the few YouTubers in sim racing that's kind of doing AC console because I just love the idea that I turn on my console and I race. A lot of the wheels work on console. So my Moza R3 is going to work on Xbox. Actually, I'm not sure it works on ACC, the Moza R3. So I might need to get in touch with Moza and say, you really need to get that ACC working on it. But stuff like my Logitech G Pro, obviously all the Fantasy stuff, that's going to work on console. And hopefully more Moza stuff in the future as well. So this is SimGrid Seasons on console. Now the most important thing, I'm certain the developers are going to be watching this video. So let them know, let me know, what do you think of this in the comments? What do you want to be changed? What do you like? What do you think can be improved? Because the great thing about this is I think it's going to be more fluid. It's not like Gran Turismo where I can make videos every month saying, please, can you update the VR HUD? And please, can you like stop doing pre-qualifying in daily race B or something? They're never going to listen. I've tried, trust me, sorry. Here, I think they will listen. So let them know what you think in the comments, and I'm hoping to do more of this. It looks really fun. ACC on console just got a massive shot in the arm. More videos around here if you want to see what it looks like, and I'll see you next time.